This is the sad reality and the sad existence of most diesel shop owners out there. Like this guy right here. You're happy you're working on customer trucks, you're proud you finally started that business and things are working out for you. But you just can't seem to get out of your own damn way. The shop just won't grow no matter how much elbow grease you put into it. You're trying everything, you're trying new offers, you're trying new discounts, and you just can't seem to scale. Meanwhile, it feels like you're doing everything under the sun to get this business from where you're at now to where you want to go and what you've seen on social media as the goalpost for a successful diesel shop. And it's not your fault you can't get it there, you just have bad information. And in this video, I'm going to show you what it takes to scale your shop from that comfortable prison that you're in right now into the money-making machine that you know it should be. And now, I know what you're thinking, why is this dude talking to the camera qualified to tell me this? Well, because I specialize in running ads and creating local marketing systems for automotive businesses, specifically light-duty diesel shops and specialty auto shops. And I'm not just telling you this either as theory. See, a couple case studies here I want to show you is Alpha Customs. I was able to help this shop bring in 5,000 new inbound leads after totally redoing their Facebook ad strategy as well as their Google ad strategy over 2 years ago. Southern Bill Auto Works is another great example of a client that I've worked with. Inside of working with Luke, the owner, for about 9 months, we were able to increase his shop's revenue by 50% year over year. And it doesn't stop there, because also in the same area as Luke is ACC Ceramics. This is another shop that we worked with, although not a diesel shop. This ceramic coating shop we used our proven marketing frameworks for to help scale them from 10K a month to over 40K a month consistently on the back of our proven local authority building ad strategy, which if you want to learn about how we can do that for your business, all you gotta do is go ahead and click the link in the description here to watch the video. But what I really want to dive into today more is what's holding your shop back and keeping you stuck. And there's a few key points I want to go over right now. The first one is that you're doing everything all at once. Now, what I mean by doing everything all at once isn't necessarily a bad thing in practice, it's just a bad thing for execution when it comes to scaling. You're dividing too much and not conquering. Maybe you're putting out flyers, you're running a little bit of money on TikTok ads, a little bit of money on Facebook ads, a bit of money on Google ads, a bit of, radio advertising. You're doing literally everything under the sun. You're putting in more inputs to try and create more outputs for your diesel shop, which again, as a thought, is not a bad thought. The problem is when you're the lead revenue creator for your shop and you're spending all of your time and splitting that time amongst all these different avenues of acquisition, none of them are getting the full attention that they should or the budget that they need to truly optimize. Let alone beyond just that, you're also busy in the shop doing payroll, working on trucks when an employee gets sick, yada, yada, yada. You end up a lot of the times, because of these lower budgets on multiple platforms, or just because you're so busy, putting the marketing on the back burner. Oh, I'll shoot that new ad next week. When in reality, shooting that new ad should be your number one priority to bring in new business, because it absolutely can do so. And it's just a problem of being too busy. You're too overstimulated on all the different things that have to get done, and therefore the marketing stuff sort of gets done half-assed and not the way it should be. Because at the end of the day, staying busy isn't necessarily growing. And my natural proclivity is to fall victim to this exact thing. I am a person who needs to stay busy, but I've noticed over the course of my career that staying busy and being productive for growth are not the same thing. We need to reframe that for your shop, because I'm sure you're doing a lot of things that you feel you need to do in order to scale your business, when in reality, a lot of those things are 1, 2, or 3 out of 10 effort options that you have to complete, but you're putting those before the 9 or 8 out of 10 effort things, like figuring out your marketing. See, if figuring out your marketing and figuring out your acquisition system is an 8 or 9 out of 10 on the hardness scale, a lot of the times that'll get pushed to the back burner because you could finish out those, 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 hardness tasks, bang those out quickly and get the dopamine hit from it. But as a business owner, those 1 out of 10 and 2 out of 10 difficulty items, those small little tasks, those always come up and they always mount on. So as you keep knocking those away, they keep getting replaced with new problems. And as you keep going ahead and fixing those, you never go ahead and get the time to put into solving the marketing that's going to grow your shop, which is the 9 out of 10 level problem that needs real thought and real execution behind it. Once you figure out that marketing system, that is the ultimate leverage point for your shop. That is the leverage point that I have literally seen for our clients who I work with 8 shops right now. It is that specific leverage point that inside of just 3 months can take your shop from stuck in the mud to making a ton of money. Massive scale. Again, I bring it back to Luke here. 50% year over year top line revenue increase inside of just 1 year. That is insane. That is the power of doing this. If you could see this through for 3 months and build a good marketing system and just make an effort to not do these stupid things that are getting you stuck, you can be over here. You could be like his shop at 50% in revenue growth in 1 year. And just so you know, he's pacing another 50% year over year revenue growth on top of last year again this year. That marketing arm is the ultimate leverage point, especially if you have someone like me do it, because you're not doing that much of the labor, right? When you're shooting ads to run for your marketing, you shouldn't be editing the entire ad yourself too. Dude, I've edited ads before. That shit takes a while, especially if you want it to be good and you aren't a great editor and you open up Sony Vegas or whatever. That is going to take you a minute. Even if you're using CapCut, it's going to take you a surprising amount of time. These are things you have to be outsourcing out. Again, when people work with us, we edit the ads for them. They just have to go ahead and shoot the ads that we script out for them, send it back, we edit it, and we run it for them. But a lack of this leverage arm, like I just mentioned, is where people get stuck. They go, oh, dude, I need to go ahead and shoot another ad, but I just don't have the time to edit it. Or, oh, I'll edit that ad next week. Just pay somebody to edit it. Hire somebody that can do it, because if you don't do it, you never will. And for ads, you need to have consistent content going out there in order for them to be effective. You need to update those creatives. And this is the thing about shops that drives me literally insane. It's that they know they have to run ads. They know they have to make ads consistently. They know they have to make better ads. They know they have to optimize their PPC ads. And you know what they do? They just don't do it. If you know this will get you across the finish line, why are we not doing it? It boggles my mind. And the problem is that because too many people are not willing to commit to that long-term growth. I know I'm skipping around here, but it's true. Too many shops know that they need to run ads. And what they do is they run them for a week, 2 weeks, and then they see maybe it didn't work out initially, they didn't get a ton of traction, so therefore they pull the plug and they commit to, I want to save $500 a month, let me not spend the money on ads. Meanwhile, if you just kept spending the damn money, you would make it back. But no, they pull the plug and then they feel the pain, they feel the stagnation, and then their desire to stay busy, they think again, let me go ahead and give it another shot 2 months later. And they do the same exact thing again. They pull the plug after 2 weeks because ads need time to learn. You need to do multiple creatives, and they half-assed it this whole entire time. You will always be stuck if you keep doing that. I promise you, you will never ever be able to scale your shop like these shops did if you just keep ping-ponging in and out of doing that. Long-term growth strategy. And I'm not even asking you for a year here. If you can consistently stick to an ad strategy, the local authority billing system that we run, shops start to see amazing results inside of usually 3 months. That's not even that long term. That is 1 fiscal quarter. If you can commit for 1 fiscal quarter to doing the things that your shop needs in its marketing, I promise you, you will be able to scale and get out of the stuck phase. But you can't be a bitch about it. And what I mean by this is too many shop owners are way too polite to potential customers. And I'm not saying be a dick to customers, not at all. What I'm saying is that too many people don't even use text automations or follow up with leads more than 1 time after they didn't get back to them because they don't want to be rude. Now, there is a fine line between spamming somebody and tastefully following up with them. But too many people think, oh, I'll be a polite auto shop owner. I won't reach out to this person past the second phone call, and they didn't answer after I gave them a call the second time, I'm never going to text them again. Dude, the amount of money you're leaving on the table because of this perceived nicety that you're giving them is so crazy, because also too, if they need this done for their vehicle and they know they need it, you convincing them of why they need to do it when they already filled out a form to get it done You just pushing them along the finish line is actually being nice to them. You are helping them get the thing done on their vehicle that they know they need to do. You are the nice guy by selling them on this as long as you do good work. You need to have these backend automations in place for text messaging because people get too bogged down sending them yourself. We build these all out for our clients, but there's also plenty of CRMs out there if you don't work with us that you can use that have built-in text automations. Use them. Hit them up, after the first day, second day, third day. Hit them again the fifth day, the 10th day. You need to build out an automation structure here to follow up with them via automated texts and call them back, because you being too nice is losing you out on a ton of money. And then when you do follow up with these customers, a lot of the times what people are is they're too willing to give discounts and promos to close a deal. None of the diesel shops that we currently work with have any front-end offers or discounts. We do not do them. We've tested them and they don't work. They get a lower quality of customer and not a better conversion rate compared to strong positioning, which is all we are about with our local authority building system. If you can position your business strong enough with a good ad strategy and explain the value, we don't have to run a front-end discount. And then the second a customer goes ahead and gives an objection as to why they can't get the work done now, too many shops that stay in the stuck phase fold under pressure and give them a massive discount to get them in the door. Now, I'm not saying it's not worth it to give a discount if somebody needs it, but too many people fold under any pressure and give a discount rather than handling an objection or standing on business. And that's what you have to do, because all the extra margin that you're giving up to just give out these discounts willy-nilly is money that could have gone into investing in a real marketing system that is a leverage point for your business that can transform the outcome for your shop inside of just 3 months. That's literally where so many places go wrong. If you are unhappy with the growth of your specialty auto shop or diesel shop, and you can commit to a 3-month marketing plan, a plan that requires work on your end. You will have to shoot video content. It is required to make this work. But if you are willing to shoot video content that has been scripted for you by a team that knows what they're doing, if you're willing to script that and meet with the team once in a while, answer customer questions, and close the leads that are sent to you, you can truly transform your shop inside of 3 to 4 months. You just have to get out of your own way and build that leverage point. Our local authority building system is that leverage point for a lot of businesses. But again, if you want to do it yourself, you are more than happy to go ahead and build out something yourself and take this advice to heart, because this advice is solid. If you do this, I'm telling you, in 3 months, the entire trajectory of your shop and your life could change in an instant. And again, if you want to learn more about how we could do this for your shop, all you gotta do is go ahead and click the link in the description below to watch the video I prepared that walks you through how our local authority system works.